The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Very excited to welcome in Chicago comedian Pat McGann on the show, who we just made deaf. He's just deaf now. He's done.
I think he said death.
No.
Like, what do you do to it?
Well, we were headphones in here, and he's sitting where Case sits, and I didn't know Case is deaf because he put him on, and he went, ugh.
I know.
They're
Yeah,
really,
it turned up.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. I like it.
Case really likes bands, so he listens to everything really loud.
Sorry, I am deaf. I have those headphones really cranked up. I apologize.
Were you shooting guns this morning?
That's my after show activity.
Yeah.
That's a way to wake up, man.
Yeah, he takes his AR out there after the show and just does some target shooting.
On state, right on state over here.
Sounds like a real gun, man. There it is. AR. Got the AR.
So I don't care about Pat McGann's ears the rest of his life. He can put on my headphones and go deaf.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming in. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. This is great to be here.
I mean, Chicago.
101. Come on. This is Chicago.
Yeah.
This is morning. I'm very excited to be here.
Did you grow up listening to Q101 at all?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I mean, where'd you grow up around Chicago?
What's your favorite? Wasn't it what's your favorite radio station or you get the phone call?
Yes.
You had to
Back in the day, they did that.
Yeah, give out like $1,000.
Yeah, we don't do that anymore.
Back in the day, that was like,
We don't do that anymore.
let's just do it. Let's give out $1,000 right now.
Win Pat's money.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Pat's
We're
pockets.
good.
When you go over the bit.
I mean, if you want to do it, you said it.
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
I was just reminiscing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I listened to a lot of Q101 growing up.
What
Did you
part-
ever win $1,000?
No, I never won.
That's a
Oh, I'm
shame.
sorry.
Yeah, I was always struggling with the calling in on the rotary. Hang up, call again.
That was all a scam anyway. We never gave any money. I'm
This is
kidding.
Brian. Brian scammed this station a million times.
What part of town did you grow up in?
I grew up on the south side.
Right on.
Morgan Park, Beverly.
Yeah.
So that's like, we're real chesty about that. Like, I grew up in the city.
Yeah.
And people
You're a
are
big
like,
tough guy.
Did you meet people like, what suburb? What suburb are you from? No, I live in the city.
Yeah.
When people come visit you, that's when it gets awkward because you're like, you got to take the Ryan till you can't see the Sears Tower anymore in your rearview mirror, and then follow the signs of Memphis. Take the signs to Memphis. Yeah, I live in the city. Yeah, I was on the Ryan today listening to you guys coming in.
Well, thank you. It's a mess out there.
It is a mess
It's
out
a mess.
there. Well, they don't design them well. The Eisenhower, they're just like, hey, we're sick of these exits on the right. What do you say we throw some up on the left? Like, does that make any sense at all? Like, hey, when we get to Harlem, bring the ramp machine over here. Let's give it a go.
I struggle very much with the highways. I went to the wrong zoo yesterday, which was a big topic.
Oh, no.
So
That's an issue.
I know.
She sent in our little prep every night, sending just all she said was, I went to the wrong zoo. And I was
It's
like,
a big bummer for the family.
as far as I know, there's two here.
Exactly,
Got
right?
Lincoln Park, and then Brookfield's trying to claim Chicago, like you said about I live in the city. They added Chicago onto the name.
Oh, they did.
Out in Brookfield, they did that. And I thought,
It's like Northwestern, Chicago's Big Ten team. Chicago Zoo. I like the Lincoln Park one. They got the studio apartments for these animals living in the city. Just put the.
Well, that's where I went. I was at the studio apartment.
yeah.
You went to the free one.
Yeah.
There you go.
I
So
was
they were
trying to
waiting
budget.
for you. Was someone meeting you at Brookfield?
My husband and baby were
Oh, okay.
at
Well,
Brookfield.
At least it wasn't anyone important.
Right, yeah.
They
So
can
you
wait.
went to the wrong zoo. You just assumed that they were going to be.
Yeah, because that one's so close to us. I was like, perfect. I'll just hang out at work for a little bit, pop on over. I was very late.
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
yeah.
very late to go to the right zoo.
Brookfield's not close.
It isn't.
Nope.
And what happened also, which I didn't tell my husband because he was already very mad at me.
Ooh, this is exciting.
When you go on to 290, you know how there's A to B and there's all these splits. I went twice in the wrong circle.
Oh, no.
And had to loop back around. I was stressed. I was very stressed yesterday.
So you saw the United Center and went, wait a minute, I'm off
I
the
don't
highway
know.
now.
I was twirling around in
Yeah.
that thing. It was awful. So it's a miracle that you made it here, Pat. I'm very impressed.
Well, I typed it in. No, I know how to get down here. I mean, I know my way around the
Sure.
You
You
know.
don't need GPS.
coming right.
You got to use GPS down in Chicago now because of the speed cameras, though, because it will tell you. You ever got those tickets? I've gotten 11 of those tickets now.
I just got a warning because they just put a couple more in my neighborhood. I got a warning. And it's like, oh, man, I did not. Yeah, they're popping up everywhere.
Well, they warned you. They don't like Brian.
Well, they gave me a warning probably 8 years ago at this point.
Okay.
And now I just get the $30 tickets. I've probably got $700 in tickets from just going 39 and a 35.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
See, there should be a threshold, like some forgiveness, right? You can go 5.
There
plus-
is. It's just that Brian lies a lot. So he's actually going like about 60.
I don't.
And at 35.
I'm fine with not speeding. Just give me. You got to pass somebody, or whatever in Chicago. You're trying to
at
get.
70 miles an hour.
I've got to accelerate. I've got to get around them.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pain. It's always a shakedown. But you got to use the GPS. I didn't realize that you could turn that on for the speed cameras, But it's almost you rely on it too much. Like my kids don't even know where they are anymore, because they
Yeah.
don't look out the window.
They don't.
It's like, can you just know where you are? I had him out in Orland the other day, and my son's like, "Are we near the Bean?" Like, do you have any clue where you are? Like, how do you? And then they want to go places, and you're like, you're never even gonna get back.
Yeah.
You have to leave breadcrumbs for him.
I mean, what's the kid's natural defense system is run, right?
Yeah.
That's like you do. You take off. That's all you got going for you if you get in trouble. And these kids are going to run, and then they're going to be lost. They're not even going to know where they
Is that a helpful run?
are. They're
going to run into more danger because they don't know where they're going.
More trouble.
Yeah, run into a field. Wait, where am I? And then the GPS won't work. No Wi-Fi, whatever like that.
Pat,
Probably get run over by Brian anyway. Flying around the city, unchecked.
He's going to be like, all these damn speed bumps hitting kids.
I bet you picture me driving like an H2 Hummer or something like that.
Where do you live?
I live on the north side, like by Wrigley. It's weird. It's called North Center, but I never called it North Center my whole life. And all of
Yeah.
a sudden I live in North Center, and I say that, and people think I live like in Wisconsin.
They make up these names.
Yeah.
Like I live out here. I lived out there my whole life. Now they call it West Beverly where I live. We always called it
sounds-
like Morgan Park.
That sounds
West Beverly
expensive.
sounds nice.
I bet right now.
It's like it could be East Mount Greenwood, but it's West Beverly.
I used to live right over here, which is just like the loop. And they
Yeah.
called it New East Side. And I'm like, well, this is going to be expensive as hell. Can we just
New
call
East-
it the loop?
New East Side. That's like landfill in the lake. Like we don't have an East Side, do we?
No, we don't.
That's
There's
what
no
it was.
East Side.
Well, it was new.
I know.
It was new property.
Yeah, it is. Well, that's you
All
fell
right,
for it.
I did.
You moved
I
right
spent
in.
a lot of money.
They threw all the recycled waste they don't really recycle, and they built a high-rise on it and said it's the East
beautiful.
Side.
Yeah, come on in.
We're made out of recyclables.
Oh.
I was helping the economy. So it's springtime, and I know that you have miserable kids' sports also.
Wow.
man.
Is your son in travel?
Oh, not doing travel anymore, which is insane.
How'd
Because
you-
it's like,
how'd
where are
you
these
end
teams
that?
going?
Where- I
They're like
know.
flying to Connecticut. Like you could go around the block and get your ass kicked. Why are you going? I was talking to my buddy the other day. This is no joke. He said, "No, what? It was April 30th when I talked to him. He's like, we've already been in Iowa. I think it might have been like Kentucky. The other one did not border. It was Illinois, so it wasn't. It might have been Tennessee, and then Mississippi.
Yeah.
He's already played a tournament. His kid's in 4th grade. He went to like how many fields did you pass on the way to Mississippi? How many other teams? It really seems like out of
What is
control.
going on? I think we're blowing kids' heads up that they think that they should be hopping on flights to play when they're in like 4th grade.
Oh, they give them embroidered uniforms. Oh
I
yeah,
know.
you see them at the airport.
Yeah.
And the teams don't even make sense. Like Chicago Hurricanes. Like, does that even happen? Who made that for you?
Yeah, but also, like, it's our fault because we're taking them out everywhere. They wouldn't know any better. Like you just said, if it was the park down the street, they would just go play there.
Oh yeah, we sign them up
Yeah.
because they dress them like pros.
Yeah,
that's
they do.
That's the problem.
It's a
you
good
know?
picture.
They got
Well,
the team name stitched in. They got their own. My son's got his own bat. Like some kids,
Oh,
they bring
yeah?
their own bat. It's like,
I know.
why is your bat $380?
Yeah.
Why can't you hand it to the next kid when you're done striking out with it?
Well,
Got $4,000 worth of bats in the dugout. We have 2 hits.
Oh, God. So we're talking to Pat McGann here, Chicago comedian, of course, and playing the Rialto Theater in Joliet next Friday. So May 17th. Tickets are available. A few. We're going to give away some here in a little bit for the show. And, of course, if you've seen Sebastian Maniscalco, you've seen Pat McGann. You're like his guy. You're the dude. for
Yes,
him.
I've been very fortunate. I met Sebastian here in Chicago at Zany's, the the long time running. I mean, that club's been there since like 1978. That's like the oldest.
The original
run.
on Wells, right? That
The
one?
original on Wells, yeah.
Yeah.
So I met Sebastian there, and he was like selling out clubs at that point in his career. And shortly after that, I started like hitting the road with him a little bit, and that kind of snowballed. And he produced a special that I shot at the Vic, and it's been a fun ride. I'm gonna go back out with him this summer. Do some. He's doing like an arena tour.
I know.
So that'll be fun. So I'm wrapping up my end of things. I got this show May 17th. That's a pay my meter reminder.
I was like, what the hell is that?
Brian.
I'm like, it'll come on during a commercial for sure. Not when I'm in the middle of promoting my show.
Case, we couldn't have covered his meter?
Way to go,
Jesus.
Case. You're the producer.
I'm sorry.
God.
I'm sorry. I'll Venmo you, Pat. I'll Venmo you.
Let's
we
give
apologize.
No. I don't want to get a ticket like this guy over here. You know? I'll be running into him at traffic court.
All right, we'll have those tickets coming up here in just a few minutes. Pat McGann, again, it's the Rialto Square Theater, so you can go to patmcganncomedy.com.
It's in Joliet, the new east side of Joliet.
Baby.
Go see the show.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Brian and Kenzie in the morning. And Chicago's alternative all day.
Q101.
Morning, Kenzie on Q101, and Chicago comedian Pat McGann here is hanging out with us. The show is Friday, May 17th at the Rialto Square Theater. Beautiful theater over there in Joliet. So
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I saw a show there when I was younger. I saw Seinfeld there. My parents brought me to see it.
wow.
And
Seinfeld.
it is beautiful. It's like, you get downtown Joliet, and there's some beautiful buildings there. I was just there.
yeah.
I shot like a little promo for the show, went in front of the old prison. And,
Yeah.
Scenic.
It's beautiful there, and the Rialto is like, they call it like the jewel of Joliet. It really is something to see.
Like a
so.
Julasco or like
Yes,
a jewel, like a
the
gem?
jewels. It's the jewels
It's the
of Joliet.
jewels of Joliet.
Jewel dating Kevin Costner, I learned earlier on your
Yes.
show, on this show. I
Yeah.
learned.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so I'm a
We're
lot of
here to
takeaways today.
educate.
A lot of takeaways.
that's it's an interesting combo, because Kevin Costner he's like 70. And she's not super young, but I don't know. I just don't see them two together. I don't see them coming up there. And all of a sudden,
I
Kevin
put
Costner.
them in the same.
You think they
Old
play
person
catch? I just
category.
picture him playing catch with everyone. He's like, let's go outside. Like, Kevin Costner went out of his way to make baseball movies, didn't he?
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
Oh my
dude.
God, I gotta be honest. This whole time I was imagining Kevin Bacon. Until you said that. And I'm like, I think they dance.
So, nope. So, Field of Dreams. Okay.
Yeah,
it starts
no.
there.
Oh, now I have a whole new idea of what this looks like.
There's this cornfield. Okay.
Yeah, now I get it. Now she's just into the rough and tough.
No sex in that movie. Was there?
Oh, good call on that. In Field of Dreams,
No, I
Was
don't
there
think so.
sex?
there couldn't have been sex in that movie.
How do you have sex with a ghost?
Well,
Well, Patrick Swayze.
look at my guy here moving. Listen, who knows he listens to the show for the last hour? Look at that.
I know.
Working
It's
them
our-
all in.
Yeah, do your homework coming in.
It's our one listener. We've been wondering who that is. We're trying to find him and target him.
Well, that was the fact this morning that movies now have 40% less sex, and 50% of movies coming out now have no sex. And
I'm a fan of that. Are you, Pat, or do you need more sex?
No, I can relate to like the uncomfortable feeling sometimes if you're watching it with your kids or family.
Yeah.
But I guess I never really thought of it. I mean, I used to seek it out when you're younger, when you're growing
Right.
up.
yeah.
There were movies that you paused, like, hey, pause it,
Yeah.
rewind.
Yeah. Well,
No,
we-
but it could be distracting. I'm sure.
When you're with your significant other, I think it's probably different for women, but when you're with your significant other or somebody you're dating or whatever, is it uncomfortable if the person, like the gender that you are, so if you're like a guy, it's a male girl scene, and the guy's way hotter than you, are you like, well, this sucks because she's gonna wish that was me? Do you feel like that?
I think you're really digging deep into the
I feel
wormhole.
like that. I get mad. I'm like, oh, great.
Really?
Yeah. I'm like, because I'm trying to have a snack while watching a movie. It just ruins the whole vibe. Like, now I feel like I should do crunches while I watch the movie. It sucks.
I try not to
relax.
compete with the Hollywood actors that are on the screen. I try to remove myself and just think, like, this is all right.
This is just different. It's a
Yeah.
different world.
Yeah, I'm not that guy anyway.
No one's looking at the guy anyway. I
No,
mean,
that's what I mean. It sucks for me.
yeah, no one's looking at the guy. I mean, seriously. When, like Pat was saying,
Yeah.
when like we talked about earlier, how you can see a boob anywhere you want now, or a butt, whatever you want to see, it's right here. So in the movies, in the old days, that was your chance to see
He
something.
pointed to his phone. You can't do that on the radio. It's right here,
so, here's
no,
where
they
everything
don't
is.
know because we're on the radio.
This right here is where it's right here. I got a folder. Everything's right there. It's super easy
You
to see
could have
it.
pointed at me and they thought you were like making an uncomfortable work
You got to
environment.
grab that for one of your bumpers for the, to promo the show.
Yeah,
You could see a boob or a butt anytime.
right
Right
here.
here.
Boob or a butt.
Right here. Come on in. You could digital billboard right there at the split. That'd be fine. Everybody see that. But that's where you saw something. That's where you first experienced something as in a movie. And even the Titanic, where a lot of people saw for the first time being pretty young watching that movie. Really, I think it was a PG movie, Titanic.
No.
It had to be.
Is it PG?
No, I don't think it could have been, right?
There's
Oh,
no
well, now
way.
I got to look it up.
I mean, it was full frontal, but you didn't see Leo. And usually that means when you see that, it's R.
I just saw a movie
I think
recently.
when you see the bottom half of full frontal, like, do you know what I mean? Like when it's not just boobs.
The drawing has everything, though. In
Oh, you know
Titanic.
where I saw a movie actually? I went to the Chicago theater to see Chevy Chase do the Christmas Vacation.
Did you see
like
that? Was
Q&A.
it good?
It was pretty good. My buddy was hosting it, so he like ran the Q&A with Chevy.
Yeah.
And he was like not even that.
He's weird, right?
Yeah,
super weird now.
It makes me
And not even
sad.
like embracing Chicago. Like, come on, the Griswolds are from here. They like, you're in Chicago.
He's
Like,
like,
make the
"Where am
connection.
I?"
Everyone's got the Blackhawks jersey on. They're wearing the stuff. But my point was going to be like just going and watching a movie communally, like together, and laughing at the same time, enjoying a movie. It was actually like therapeutic. It was like, this is what I remember. It's kind of a good feeling that you don't even really realize you miss, you know? Like,
Yeah.
we don't really do that anymore.
I'm very pro movie theater. I've talked about this before.
Okay.
Brett. Like I'm like, people need to get back into movie theaters. It's a different experience.
Yeah.
It's something I think people take entertainment for granted now because it's so easily accessible. You throw it on in the background. We used to get excited and wait for things, and like I have to go see it in a theater and be surrounded by it.
You would consider what you're wearing. You would
Yes.
like maybe get dressed. Like this place I'm going to, the Rialto, I think it was built to be like a movie house. Those
Yeah.
theaters are like beautiful. Marble
Yeah.
staircase and chandeliers.
Totally,
They're not doing that now for
No.
Cocaine
Well,
Bear. Like, we got to have like all this. Michelangelo is going to design our theater so we can watch Batman 12.
I want people to freak out, Pat. Everybody wear a tuxedo to that show May 17th at the Rialto Theater. Walk in there with like top hats and canes and tuxedos.
dolled up.
Look like the Monopoly guy.
Yes.
Just everybody in there. How freaked out would you be if you walked out and saw that in the crowd?
I'd probably feel a little underdressed.
Yeah.
But I would be like, hey, this is my crowd. This is so sophisticated.
You kind of did a show like that with Sebastian. I actually went to the Netflix filming in Vegas.
Oh, yeah.
Which was supposed to be a dressy experience. And you guys put it out there like that. You have to dress up. It's supposed to have like this Rat Pack, old Vegas vibes.
Okay.
It was supposed to be like that. And people still showed up in sweatpants. So now you had people in like gowns
You're not
and
kidding.
sweatpants.
Right.
It was weird. It was
No,
a
definitely.
Weird mix.
I realized that too. I was like, wow, I can't believe how many people didn't
Listen.
jump on board. Yeah,
Nobody
didn't listen.
listens.
Nobody listens.
Well, sweatpants
Nobody.
are comfy, I
No
guess.
one's paying attention.
I know. They're like these sweatpants have pockets. They're my nice ones.
Yeah, I'm going to go play, slots after I see Pat and
And they're the
Sebastian.
win. It's the win in Las Vegas. Like you'd think you'd be dressed up just for that.
I know.
Yeah.
I had to stay at an off-strip hotel. I couldn't even afford the Win, and I showed up in a nice outfit.
Damn,
See,
you're
you're
the only
classy.
one then. Everybody else was in sweatpants.
Well, actually, this is weird. I got married, and nobody knew. We went and because we had a destination wedding. So Roman and I got married, but we were the only two people there. We had Elvis marry us, and then we came immediately.
So you're not married.
to
Is
the special.
that what you're saying?
No, I
You're
did.
not married?
I did. And so
That's
it
right.
was
That's what I
very
heard.
fun. It was very fun, and we thought we were going to be on the special. I have not told this story before because a camera crew pulled us aside and interviewed us for like 20 minutes.
Oh wow.
And we were like, oh my God. And then we're like, we have to tell our families because this special's coming out before our destination wedding because we wanted to be like married at our destination wedding. And we're like, oh, we're going to have to tell people we did this. So we tell our families. It didn't go well. They were mad at us. And then we weren't on the special.
Oh, no.
We got to try and track down that footage.
I don't understand.
So you got married before you got married
Yes. So that way it would
to be married
legit.
at your wedding?
Yes.
That's
Liar.
awesome. I love
Liars.
that.
Everybody who does a destination wedding for the most part goes to the courthouse or something first to get the legal documents.
Okay.
And so we were like, well,
Is that what Elvis provided you in Vegas?
it was very official.
Is he a notary?
Wheeled him out on a dolly.
Yeah.
The real Elvis on it.
So
was
when
way
you
more
do
fun.
that, did you know you were going to do that part? Like you had the Vegas part planned, or was that spontaneous?
So the Vegas part, we saw you and Sebastian on one of our first dates.
And that inspired you to get married?
And then we fell in love because of you, Pat. And then we decided, if we have to get our legal documents, how fun to see you guys. Like the first thing we do after we get married is to go see you guys. So that's
Oh,
the way
wow.
we planned it.
That was your honeymoon? Our show?
Yeah, it was like you are a really big part of our relationship,
Jeez.
Pat. Is that crazy?
I feel very honored.
I was going to say, how do you feel about that?
I feel great.
Yeah.
I wish I would have known. I could have helped you get to the right zoo yesterday.
I know. You can help me out.
Did you name your child Sebastian? Is there
We did
a?
not name him Sebastian. We almost named him Pat.
Oh, you
I feel
did?
like you better. but-
Oh, come on.
Look at that. Look
Appreciate
at that.
that.
Well, Pat McGann at the Rialto Square Theater. So it's a week from Friday. Go to patmcganncomedy.com to get tickets or, anywhere you can buy your tickets. Couple left, but we have free ones. Let's give those away.
Yeah, we got a couple. It's her son's birthday, I believe, right? Or is it your
my
husband's birthday?
husband's
Your husband's
birthday.
birthday.
Yeah.
That's
He doesn't
why.
get- he
See
doesn't
how
get-
connected we are.
Damn.
I'm doing the
Isn't
show
this
for
weird?
throwing the show for
You
his
have this
birthday.
weird energy.
It's wild. The show
Make
after
sure you
the
go
show.
to the right Joliet.
Is there two?
Joliet.
Yeah, there's two of them. Kenzie, go out there. We'll see where you end up. 312-591-8300. Call right now. Caller 10. We'll get those tickets to see Pat. And we really appreciate you coming in today, man.
No, thanks for having me. I appreciate that.
that's-
So it's a 10th caller is going to get a couple ticks?
Yep.
Yeah.
Love it. All right, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate this.
How about that? Pretty easy. Pretty easy. Just call up 312-591-8300. And again, Pat McGann, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me, guys.
The Brian and Kenzie Show.
On Q 101.